everybody, it's Lorna again. We are still working with clay. I hope you enjoyed making the Jolomo house and little Beatrix Potter hedgehog. Now we're going to make a Henry Matisse snail. Now, Henry Matisse's snail is a paper cut, and here it is. It's not very easy to see, is it? So, you can see here, it sort of goes round like that. Maybe we start at the blue one and you go around. But that's what it's called, the snail. It's by a guy called Matisse, or Matisse is his last name, Henry's his first name, and got quite ill towards the end of his life and he couldn't paint anymore, and so he ripped pieces of paper or he cut them out and he made these lovely pictures, lots of flowers and dances and the snail. Anyway, with that in mind, and because I've been doing some gardening, I thought we could make a snail together. Now, as we've been talking, I've been squishing this, but what I actually need to do is roll it. So I'm pushing down with my hand, and actually my sausage is not a sausage, it's a little bit of a rectangle. My rolling skills. Oh, it feels like it's rolling much better now. That's the thing with art, and particularly with clay. Don't get too worried if it goes wrong. Mistakes often turn out just to make something new or different or interesting. Now my piece of clay is getting thinner and longer. It's quite wonky. I'm not very worried about that. But I do want to keep rolling it, so I'm squashing it. I might use two hands. Or maybe just my left hand. So what we want to do is get a nice long bit of clay. If you get fed up of rolling, you can stop. And if I get much longer, it's going to come off the edge of my little piece of board. Now, there is my wibbly piece of clay. It's like a worm. I'm going to do a quick dip in my water. Move it over here. You can't see it. There you can. Quick dip. And I'm going to slide that along the surface. Because while I was rolling it, I made a lot of cracks and bumps. So I'm just going to smooth it out a bit. Okay, that's enough of that. Now, I'm going to start with one bit and I'm going to gently bend it up. It's starting to crack. I'm not going to get upset. I'm just going to get a little bit of water and smooth it. And I'm going to bend it. Oh, that bit totally cracked. Again, this is another bit of clay work where you don't have to break any off. And if you keep the clay as one whole complete piece, you see what I'm doing? I'm rolling it up. And put it down on there, it's easier to do when it's on something. And I'm turning it. Now, if you want two bits of clay to stick together, here's a good idea to make some cross-hatch marks on them. And add, again, just a little bit of water. It's almost a bit like you're making the clay a bit gloopy, and the cross-hatching gives it something to grip onto. So, I'm carrying on turning. And I think you'll agree, it's starting to look like a rather nice snail. Now, I'm not going to do this, but once you've made one, you can make quite a lot. Can you see the cracks in that? I don't like them. So I am going to use a little bit of a wet finger and I'm going to smooth them out. Yeah, so what you can do, having made, this is quite a large snail, and what I've had people do before when I've done this is make a family of snails. So you can make several with different sizes and you can have a whole family. Right then. It's got a little bit of a crack on the front there. Just with my damp finger, I'm smoothing it out. There's my snail. Now, you could use your fork or your scissors and you can make marks if you like, or decorate it. Now I've just gone all the way round, making little patterns with the end of my scissors. But it doesn't have to be little straight marks. Can you see those little marks there? You could, if you prefer, use the end of your matchstick that isn't a matchstick, and you could do dots. Or you could have it with no marks. It is your snail, inspired by Matisse, obviously. You can look some of his work up. But it is quite nice to have a little bit of decoration. And you don't have to have the same on each side. Or you can. And get one of these things. Or, what did I use last time? A bit of stick or lavender. And break it in half. I'm going to go with my purple non-matchstick. And I'm going to stick the two halves quite near together into the head. Then my little snail, my Matisse snail, is finished. And all I have to do is leave these to dry on a radiator or in an airing cupboard if you have that, or even just out. Probably take a day or two to dry, and then if I want to, I can paint it, or I could just cover it with gloopy glue and that would just make it shiny and seal it. That's up to you. We might do some painting another time. Anyway, that is me and my clay creations saying goodbye. And there is one more clay thing we can do, and that is a leaf. I'll tell you how to do it. And maybe if I find some more clay and a leaf, we can do it. Oh, I have got leaves here. Not quite the white we want. But what you do is you put your leaf upside down on your board with the kind of bumpy bits. I don't know, like the bits underneath that have a bit of a mark. And you roll it with a rolling pin. Then you turn it over, peel off your leaf and cut out your clay, and you let that dry, and if you use one of these to put a hole through, you can hang it up and you can have a whole collection of leaves that dry out, little clay leaves, and you can make a mobile. So maybe we'll have a go next time. I need to find more clay, more leaves, and an artist who's got something to do with leaves. All right then, till next time, see you on the other side.